ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी भाष्यात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। So friends, Hare Krishna, how are you? How are you all? So we had read till 15th verse of the first chapter. Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya Pandram Dadmo Mahashankham Bhima Karma Prikodaraha. Lord Shri Krishna, Arjuna and Bhima, they blew their respective conchshells. And now the next verse, a series of verses, 16th, 17th and 18th, all are together. So a series of verses, wonderful verses, very beautiful verses, important verses. All the verses are important. So Ananta Vijayam Raja, the 16th verse. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakula Sadevascha Nakula Sahadevascha Sughosham Mani Pushpako Sughosham Mani Pushpako. So this is the 16th verse. Then 17th. Kashyascha Parmeshwasaha Shikhandi cha Maharataha Drishtadumno Viratascha Satyakischa Parajitaha. 17th and 18th. Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvashaha Prithvipate Saubhadrascha Mahabahu Shankham Dadmau Pratak. So wonderful verses. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakulah Sadevascha Sughosham Manipushpako Kashyascha Parmeshwasa Sikhandi cha Maharataha Drishtadumno Viratascha Satyakischa Parajitaha Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvascha Prithvipate Saubhadrascha Mahabahu Shankhan Dadmau Pratak. So wonderful verse, wonderful meaning. Ananta Vijayam, the conch named Ananta Vijaya, Raja, the king, Kunti Putraha, the son of Kunti, Yudhishthiraha, Nakula. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is addressed here as Rajaha. Nakula, Sadeva, Cha, also. Cha and Sughosh Mani Pushpakau. The conch is named Sughosha and Mani Pushpakaha. Kashyaha, the king of Kashi. Cha Parmeshwasaha, Parameshwasaha, the great archer. Shikhandi, Cha also Maharathaha, one who can fight alone against thousands. Maharathaha. Shikhandi. Drishtadumna, the son of Drupada. Virata, the prince who gave shelter to the Pandavas while they were in disguise. Cha also Satyaki, the same as Yudhanaha, the charioteer of Lord Krishna, Satyaki. Cha Parajitaha, one who had never been vanquished. Drupada, the king of Panchal. Draupadeyaha, the sons of Draupadi. Cha also Sarvashaha, all. Prithvipate, O king. Saubhadra, the sons of Saubhadra. The sons of Saubhadra, Abhimanyu. Subhadra, sorry, the sons of Swabhadraha, the son of Subhadraha, Abhimanyu. Also Mahabahu, mighty armed, Shankha, Shankhan, Conchshells, Dadmau, blue, Prithak, each separately. So wonderful meaning, translation. King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell, the Ananta Vijaya, and Nakula and Sahdeva blew the Sughosha and Manipushpaka. The great archer, the king of Kashi, the great fighter, Shikhandi, Drishtadumna, Virata, and the unconquerable Satyaki, Drupada, the sons of Draupadi, and others, O king, such as the son of Subhadra, greatly armed, all blew their respective conch shells. So wonderful verse. King Yudhishthira, Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha, Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putra Yudhishthiraha, Nakula Sadevascha Sughosham Manipushpakao, Nakula Sadevascha Sughosham Manipushpakao, Kashyascha Parameshwasaha, Shikhandi cha Maharataha, Drishtadumno Viratascha, Satyakischa Parajitaha, Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvashah Prithvipate, Saubhadrascha Mahabahu, Shankham Dadmau Prithak. So everybody, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Nakul, Sahdev, and the king of Kashi, the great fighter Shikhandi, Drishtidumna, Virat, Satyaki. Satyaki is also Yuddhan, one of the name of, we saw in the previous verses. Yuddhana, Viratascha, there also. So Yuddhan, another name of Satyaki, who was the charioteer of Lord Krishna. Actually, it is said that Satyaki, Lord Krishna gave all the army, Narayani Sena, to Duryodhana, when Duryodhana asked for it. But it is said that Satyaki, he saw that dharma, the real dharma or the real religion is with the Supreme Lord and Yudhishthir Maharaj. So he gave up, he resigned his post. He was one of the commanders of Lord Shri Krishna's Narayani Sena. But he resigned from his post and he accepted. He took the side of Pandavas and Lord Shri Krishna in the fight. So Satyakischa Parajitaha, and the great arch, and Prabhupada is unconquerable, Aparajitaha, who had never been vanquished. So they were never defeated in the past, they had never been vanquished. So that's why Satyakischa Aparajitaha, Satyaki is Aparajitaha. Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvashah Prithvipate, Saubhadrascha Mahabahu, Shankham Dadmau Prithak. So later it is said that in the war of Mahabharata, Kritavarma, who was also commander-in-chief of Lord Krishna's Narayani Sena, like Satyaki. So they all were from Dwaraka, and he was saved in the war because he fought very intelligently, and no Pandavas were able to, kill him in the war of Mahabharata. So later it is said that in another, the war which, the fight which broke at, in which, because of the curse of Gandhari, in which all the dynasty of Lord Krishna was, they killed each other. So in that war, it is said that Satyaki, he killed Kritavarma, and then Satyaki was also killed by others, some 4 or 5 other warriors or fighters in that fight. So King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, the name of his conch shell is Ananta Vijaya, and the name of Sughosha is the conch shell of Nakula, Mani Pushpaka is the conch shell of Sahdeva. Nakula Sahdevascha Sughosho Mani Pushpako. Nakula Sahdevascha Sughosho Mani Pushpako. And then Kashyascha Parameshwasaha, great archer. Parameshwasaha, Ishuvasaha, Atrashe Shura Maheshwashaha. So wonderful verse with wonderful meaning. In the purport, Swami Srila Prabhupada writes, so they all, from the translation we can see. So purport Swami Srila Prabhupada writes, Sanjaya informed King Dhritrashtra very tactfully. Sanjaya informed King Dhritrashtra very tactfully that his unwise policy of deceiving the sons of Pandu and endeavoring to enthrone his own sons on the seats of kingdom was not very laudable. So, by explaining all this in a wonderful way, actually Sanjaya is tactfully informing the king Dhritarashtra that his unwise policy, so out of his cunningness, the policy of deceiving the sons of Pandu. So Pandu Maharaj was brother of Dhritarashtra, but he deceived his sons and he wanted to enthrone his own sons on the kingdom. On the seat of the kingdom was not but Dhritarashtra. But Sanjaya is informing him that it was not very laudable. It was not at all very profitable. The signs already clearly indicated that the whole Kuru dynasty would be killed in the great battle. Beginning with the grandsire Bhishma down to the grandsons like Abhimanyu and others, including kings from many states of the world, all were present there and all were doomed. The whole catastrophe was due to King Dhritarashtra. The whole catastrophe was due to King Dhritarashtra because he encouraged the policy followed by his sons. So all of us know and the whole world know that this war was fought because of evil-minded, Swami Srila Prabhupada one place, many places he says, evil-minded Dhritarashtra, who himself wanted to be, truly speaking, but because he was blind, who himself wanted to be the king or the ruler of the whole world in that way, or Hastinapur. But because he was blind, he enthroned his son Duryodhana, and it was well known to him that all his sons were, Swami Srila Prabhupada explained in, one of the previous purports that Dhritarashtra was not only physically blind, he was also spiritually blind. And he knew very well that all his sons were equally, bereft of all spiritual knowledge, were equally blind like him in the matter of religion, dharma, and they all, they deceived the sons of Pandu and they wanted the kingdom, but they didn't deserve it. They didn't had any, quality in that way, any transcendental quality in the mode of goodness or pure goodness to rule the kingdom and to rule the subjects. So this whole catastrophe was because of Dhritarashtra. Swami Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, because he encouraged the policy followed by his sons. So his sons, they were irreligious and they promoted, they by hook and crook they wanted kingdom, and they are now they have assembled to kill the righteous Pandavas. But Sanjaya here, Swami Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that Sanjaya is informing tactfully to Dhritarashtra that his policy was not at all laudable. For sure, they are going to lose this war. The way Yudhishthir Maharaj, Nakul, king of Kashi, Drishtadumna, Virat, Satyaki, Drupado, this Draupadeyascha, Saubhadrascha, Mahabahu, the way these great warriors and fighters are enthusiastic to fight the war. So Sanjaya is tactfully describing the king that there is no chance of Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakula Sahdevascha Sughosho Mani Pushpako. They all are blowing their conchshells in great enthusiasm, and they all are also very great fighters, and Lord Shri Krishna is present with them, and for sure they will be victorious in the war, because as it is said, Satyameva hi jayate, Satyameva hi jayate. The victory or the triumph is always of the dharma. So King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell Ananta Vijaya. Nakula and Sahdeva blew Sughosha and Mani Pushpaka. The great archer, the king of Kashi, the great fighter Shikhandi, Drishtadumna, Virat, the unconquerable Satyaki, Drupada Maharaj, the son of Draupadi, the various sons. Draupadi had 5 sons from the Pandavas. So the sons of Draupadi and others, and son of Subhadra, the Abhimanyu. So in the purport, Swami Srila Prabhupada also writes, beginning with the signs already clearly indicated that the whole Kuru dynasty will be killed. Truly speaking, all these were part of the Kuru dynasty. Even the Pandavas, they were the part of the Kuru dynasty. So the signs already clearly indicated the whole Kuru dynasty would be killed in the great battle, beginning with the grandsire Bhishma down to the grandson like Abhimanyu and others, including kings from many states of the world. All were present there and were all doomed. All were present there and they all were doomed. So Swami Srila Prabhupada, and all of us know what happened in the war of Mahabharata, except Pandavas and few others. Pandavas, the 5 Pandavas, then Kripacharya and Satyaki, Kritvarma, and a very few, others were saved, and then rest everyone was wiped off. Everyone was killed in the battle. So this catastrophe was due to King Dhritrashtra. All this calamity, this was just because of the fallen mind. The Dhritarashtra was he wanted to be, he had the desire, and he knew very well, he was physically blind, and he was also, when Vidurji, who was one of the secretaries of Dhritarashtra, when he was whenever he pointed out any mistake of Dhritarashtra and he tried to teach him in spiritual matters, he was never interested. So this all he knew it very well, but somehow or other, he knew that he is not deserving, but still he wanted to remove the deserving candidates. So this is enviousness. One of the sign of enviousness is that one who is not deserving, he try for something which one does not deserve, and to get that, one is ready to even kill the other, or remove that person who is coming in one's way for acquiring certain thing. So that's why it is said that Dhritarashtra, Swami Srila Prabhupada's in one of the chapters of Krishna book, the evil-minded Dhritarashtra. So he was very cunning, and the result is this war in which everybody will be wiped off. All were doomed. All were present and there, and all were doomed. So next verse, one more verse we'll take. So saghosho dhartarashtranam hridayani saghosho dhartarashtranam hridayani vedarayat navascha prithvim cheva tumulo abhyu na navascha prithvim cheva tumulo abhyanunadayan saghosho dhartarashtranam hridayani vedarayat nabascha prithvim chaiva tumulo abhyanunadanan nadayan sagosho dhartarashtranam hridayani vedarayat nabascha prithvim chaiva tumulo abhyanunadayan saghosho dhartarashtranam saghosho dhartarashranam hridayani vedarayat nabascha prithivim chaiva tumulo abhyanunadayan. Saha, that ghosha, vibration, dhartarashranam, of the sons of Dhritarashtra, hridayani, hearts, vedarayat, shattered, nabha, the sky, cha, also, prithvi, the surface of the earth, cha, also, eva, certainly, tumlaha, tumlo abhyanunadayan, tumlaha, uproarious, abhyanunadayan, by resounding, abhyanunadayan, by resounding. The blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious, and thus vibrating both in the sky and on the earth, it shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. The blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious, tumulaha, uproarious again, and thus vibrating both in the sky and on the earth, it shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. So, in the purport, Swami Srila Prabhupada writes, when Bhishma and the others on the side of Duryodhana blew their respective conch shells, there was no heart-breaking on the part of the Pandavas. Such occurrences are not mentioned, but in this particular verse it is mentioned that the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra were shattered by the sounds vibrated by the Pandavas' party. This is due to the Pandavas and their confidence in the Lord Krishna. This is due to the Pandavas and their confidence in Lord Krishna. One who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, even in the midst of the greatest calamity. So, wonderful verse and wonderful points Swami Srila Prabhupada, wonderful concepts Swami Srila Prabhupada is explaining in the purport. When Bhishma and others on the side of Duryodhana blew their respective conch shells, there was no heartbreaking on the part of the Pandavas. So, there is nothing, such occurrences are not mentioned. So, Swami Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that, when Bhishma and others, they blew their conch shells, there is, no heartbreaking on the side of Pandavas, because the Pandavas are somehow or other they are very confident. Somehow or other they are very, very confident, because Lord Shri Krishna is on their side. Because Lord Shri Krishna is on their side, they are free from all sort of fears. One of the, Abhay, it is said that the Supreme Lord, he gives Abhay, the greatest boon to his, or the greatest blessing to one who is always righteous, or one who surrenders unto him. So all the Pandavas and other soldiers who took the side of Lord Shri Krishna, they were all, very confident, or they didn't had any fear. Even most of them, they died in the war, but their death was glorious. And they didn't had, and they fought without any fear, valiantly, and with, great enthusiasm, and without any regret, without any all sort of, those things. And but in this particular verse it is mentioned that the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra were shattered by the sounds vibrated by the Pandavas party. But the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra were shattered. It shattered, vibrating both in the sky and the earth. The blowing of these different conchshells became uproarious, and thus vibrating both in the sky and on the earth, it shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. So the blowing of these conchshells became uproarious. Tumlo abhya nunadanan nadayan. Tumlo abhya nunadayan. So the blowing of these conchshells became uproarious, and thus vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. Thus vibrating both in the sky, the sound became uproarious, tumultuous, and thus vibrating both in the sky and on the earth, it shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. So, one who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, Swami Srila Prabhupada writes. This is due to Pandavas and their confidence in Lord Krishna. One who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear even in the midst of greatest calamity. So that is the learning, that is the greatest learning we all can take from here, that if we will always, try to move on the path of religion, or if one adheres to, on the path of religion, then one will have no fear. One who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, even in the midst of greatest calamity. And even one can be in the midst of greatest calamity, but one will be fearless. One will be fearless, one will be enthusiastic, and and for sure, one's heart, the Supreme Lord sitting in one's heart, will guide one. Lord Shri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupi antite. So one who approaches the Supreme Lord, one who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord or his instructions in the Bhagavad Gita and Shrimad Bhagavatam, and conduct his life, one who conduct his life according to the principles laid down by the scriptures and told by the great authorities and spiritual masters, one who conduct himself and conduct his life according to the religious principles mentioned in the Vedas, or instructed by the Supreme Lord in his teachings, like Bhagavad Gita and other literature, Vedic literatures, Lord Sri Krishna says, Videshcha sarvir aham eva vidyo, Vedanta krit ved vidcha eva aham. He is the compiler of the Vedas. He is the Vedavyasa, of course, he Vedvyas ji. He is also one of the literary incarnation of the Supreme Lord, Shaktavesha Avtara. So these principles, these instructions, are meant for uplifting a human being and are meant for the civilized. They are meant for the civilized class. These things are not meant for, one of the Swami Srila Prabhupada, when he started giving discourses in the West, so one board, because in the Western world people, they are very much, they have affection, and now we see in most, even in the Indian families, people, they keep dogs and cats as a pet in the house, but so Swami Srila Prabhupada, one of his pastime, that he had written, there was one board. He took one place, one storefront, and he started giving discourses. So outside he had written one notice, Swami Srila Prabhupada, cats and dogs are not allowed. So once he was asked by someone, why we cannot bring our cats and dogs inside, in your discourses, why they can, so Swami Srila Prabhupada, he replied, this knowledge, or the teachings of the Vedas, they are meant for very, very advanced, as it is mentioned, Rajarshi Viduhu, they are meant for very civilized, advanced and intelligent people. Cats and dogs will not be able to understand this knowledge. So Swami Srila Prabhupada replied in a very, in a very gentle way. So these teachings, the teachings of Vedas, the scriptures, and Bhagavad Gita, Shrimad Bhagavatam, being the essence, are meant for very bhavukaha, for highly advanced people, those who have bhavukaha, those who care for others, those who are not only, are selfish, those who are not very much selfish, but they have feelings. So, and they think for others also.